Welcome back to Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2019. Now, before the break, we've heard the ladies as they answer different issues young Chinoys are facing today. And now we turn the floor over to the men as they take turns in expressing their thoughts and beliefs. Same with the ladies. Now, during the break, each of our candidates drew the name of a judge who will be presenting him with a question. Gentlemen, you all have 45 seconds to answer. When you hear the sound, it means your time is up. Are you ready? All right, let's get it going. Let's start off with our first candidate, Jeremiah Tomas. Hi, Jeremiah. You got a good cheer from the crowd? Your judge who will be asking the question is Mr. Jacob Nang.
Which Chinese proverb or motto do you believe in, which you think will lead you to a successful life?
So the Chinese proverb that I believe in, it's called 知子知彼. Know yourself, know your enemy, and you will win 100 battles. It is by Sun Tzu, The Art of War. So I believe that in times like this, in the Chinese Filipino community, what we must do is we must be able to unite together and build bridges that will not only touch the hearts of the Filipino people for a day, but for the generations to come. I am Jeremiah Tomas, and I believe the Filipino people and our nation is stronger than our differences. 我叫施宪造，中国血通菲律宾人的心。谢谢大家 Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jeremiah Tomas. Looks like he knows that by heart. All right, let's get to our next candidate. He won in the swimsuit and formal wear competition. Let's see if he will be acing our question and answer portion. Step up front, Jonathan Chantong. And your judge is Mr. Alexander Martos.
What is the one thing you have done that you will never do again?
The one thing I would never do is not be able to talk to my friends and families when I was bullied. When I was bullied, I didn't even talk to my parents, my teachers, or my friends. So it took a negative toll in my life, and it made me lose my confidence, or it made me hard to come out of my shell. So that's what I regret. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Jonathan Chantong. Spoke about the value of family and friendship. Next up, let's call on Stephen Lim. Hi, Stephen. Your question will come from Consul Betty Lau Chua.
If you will win tonight, how would you inspire the young Chinoy?
To win this pageant is a huge honor and it's a prestige. I would inspire younger generation by promoting my advocacy, which is building bridges through sports. Through sports, I wanted to impart the different values, different challenges. And with that, ultimately, I am Chinese by blood and Filipino by heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We got a lot in common, Stephen. Ho, ho, ho! Let's call on Aaron Hall. Your question will come from Mr. Wayne Leo.
What do you think is one thing you can do to instill Chinoys pride in your fellow Chinoys?
Well, one thing that you can do, right, is to practice it at home. By learning the language, by learning the culture and traditions from your parents, from your grandparents, you will be able to instill in yourself that knowledge and then pass it on to different people, to your kids, and especially to your friends. Thank you so much.
Next, let's call on our fifth candidate, Russell T. Hi, Russell. Big smile. Your question will come from David Licauco.
Considering your advocacy, what is the first thing you would do to further your advocacy if you win tonight?
The first thing I tend to do is to work with Mayor Isko and have restaurants to put the calorie count. Every time I go abroad, I always see calorie counts beside the foods that's being sold, and it makes me think, oh, this is a healthier option. And every time I come back, I couldn't find it here. My advocacy is Eat Smart, where I really work to inspire and educate fellow Filipino Chinese yuppies to make smarter food choices. And I've been doing this for the past 3 years. It's something I really love to do. I love my advocacy so much. I give a lot of talks. And apart from putting the calorie count, I would also want to give more talks, which is something I've already been doing. I want to inspire more people to take charge of their health through food. Thank you.
Wow, he plans to do a lot. Very, very encouraging. That question, of course, from our Mr. Chinatown alumni, David Licauco. Next, let's call on our second to the last candidate, Michael Chua. Good evening, Michael. Your question will be asked by Miss Regine Tolentino.
If you were to win tonight, what would you do differently from the past winners?
If I were to win tonight, I think from the past winners as successors of the winners, I would contribute my time to listen. A lot of the past winners give their voice. I want to teach all my successors for the next winners to listen. Because before you become a voice, you need first know how to listen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael Chua. Before you become a voice, you need to listen. Now listen in, because you are up next, Dave Audric D. Your question will be asked by Mr. Michael Lim.
As Chinoys, filial piety is one of the strongest values we practice in our homes. Is this more of a burden or is this more of a privilege? Please explain your answer.
As Chinoys, I think filial piety is a privilege for us Chinoys because it's one unique thing that we have. Our parents has taught us throughout our life the values and the disciplines, and through my experience, my dad taught me a lot of things, and it made me who I am today. If it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be who I am today. Thank you.
Very proud of his family indeed, Dave Audric D. Thank you so much to Fashion Police for that question. And that concludes our Q&A portion. What did you think about that? I'd like to know from Willord and Robi.
Thanks, Gretch. Yes. We're done with all of our competitions. And just like that, we have reached the final and most anticipated moment of our competition. I'm sure you guys are all set for that one.
Just a few more moments, we'll find out who among our candidates rose to the top.
When we return, we will be crowning Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2019.
Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines 2019 is presented by Tokchun Group. Special thanks to Blue Water Day Spa, West Avenue Suites, AUB Asia United Bank, Big Chill and Tully's Coffee, Verleo Catering, Globaltronics, Vital Purified Drinking Water, Doña Maria Rice, GAOC Dental, Mises Skin Medispa, Revlon Professional, John Robert Powers, UFC Gym, Manila Bulletin, PTT Philippines, Forever 21, GMW Graphic Design Corporation, BA Securities Incorporated, Australia Harvest Oats, Fleur du Monde, MB Life, Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce of the Philippines Incorporated, Japan Parts Trading Center, Enrique Chua, Sherwin Choi and Elisa Choi, Pedro Tan Tiong Sian,